What up, everybody? It's your man Danelle, aka Small Guy Promotions, aka the Omaha Fattie, coming with another podcast episode of What's Up Omaha. First, if you're watching this, I want to wish you a happy 4th of July. Please celebrate safely. Don't blow off any, fingers. Make sure you still have 10 digits at the end of the holiday, and don't be one of those people that are blowing off fireworks 3 weeks after the holiday, because nobody likes that guy or that lady. Just be respectful of your neighbors. Please abide by whatever your city or county regulations, rules are, codes, whatever. Uh, and also, yeah, make sure you're not calling 911 if you're calling in a complaint. You should have a specified number to call, the non-emergency number, to report any complaints. So have a wonderful 4th of July, guys. I hope you've been enjoying the summer so far. I know we have been, and I just want to say that it has been wonderful this last week for my family, because we have been enjoying our vacation. So not working has been so lovely. You guys know how I don't like going to work. So, but yo, check it out. A part of the summer and the cool experiences of summer have included events. Taste of Omaha is one thing that I had an opportunity to do. I just actually finished writing a review for that for Omaha Fattie, so be on the lookout for that in the near future. Papillion Days has been something that we have gone out to. I actually went at 4 separate times. I was out there getting it in at Papillion Days. So that's actually what I want to talk about in this podcast episode is Papillion Days, and maybe touch on events in general a little bit. First, I want to give a shout out to I'm sporting the Coach Moe Athletics tee today. Make sure you check out Coach Moe if you have a son or daughter interested in learning how to play basketball, getting all the fundamentals down, and doing the camps and all that jazz. Hit up Coach Moe Athletics. Shout out to Mo. But yeah, so Papillion Days. For me, Papillion Days, overall, it was a good experience. I went 4 times. It better have been a good experience. Maybe I went 5. I don't even know. We'll count that down and see. But I know a lot of talk around the area was about the event and about the long lines. And it's kind of like that's to be expected, because La Vista Days wasn't really, I guess going on like it has previously. And just with things starting to get back to normal and open up a bit more, I'm sure people were excited to get out of the house and go and do something. So that may be a couple of things that led to long waits on certain days. The Thursday that they opened up, I heard that it wasn't really busy, but it was like 107 degrees. So that might be a reason why it wasn't super busy. Excuse me. But yeah, we went on Friday, on the Friday. And that was, basically for the kids. And it was, there was a long line. Actually, they had two booths where they were selling tickets and wristbands. And for some reason on the day that we went, there was one line that wasn't really moving. And we noticed that there was a second line to the left. And it was moving pretty fast. Like it was half of the right line. And we didn't understand why people were all stacked in the right line. So we got in the left line and it moved pretty fast. And not only that, once we got to the front, there were people that we were way behind when we got in the right line, that we were at the front counter and they were still way back. Like I don't know what was going on that right side, but they also had some guys standing off to the side of the front of the line that were giving out the wristbands. So if you only needed a wristband, you would just go and see those guys, and they had cash on hand. They had the little pouches and all that, and they were giving out the wristbands. But I'm pretty sure they didn't have any tickets, so that's why there was a ticket line. And that was one thing that for sure probably could have been done a little better, because you didn't know that there were guys up at the front doing wristbands until you got up to the front. Um, so they could have probably had at least some kind of signage or something to say that there was another way to get wristbands, instead of having everyone wait in those lines if they didn't need tickets. Uh, Man, you would have thought it would have been nice for them. I didn't go the previous time in 2019, but I heard that they used to have a ticket booth in the back, on the far west side of the event as well, but they didn't have that this year. So that might have led to the super long lines as well. But maybe they didn't expect there to be so many people. So you can't really put that on the people who organize the event, because you just never know how many people are going to come out to events sometimes. I mean, you might be banking on 100 people, and 1,000 people turn out, or vice versa. So I mean, event planning is tough. Event coordination is tough. Having a little experience, I feel like I can speak on that, and I know what it's like to guess that there's going to be a big crowd and then nobody shows up. uh, I don't think I have much experience being the opposite side, expecting a few people than a ton of people. I wish I knew more about that. But yeah, so that's a tough thing, gauging the response from the community. So who knows? I heard many people say that, oh, it wasn't this busy when we were kids, or I don't remember it ever being this busy. So people were noticing. So again, that just may be a combination of people wanting to get out of the house, other events that were canceled. Yeah, and this was just a nice family event. So aside from the lines, yeah, nobody likes waiting in lines. We know that. It was hot. It was definitely hot, but if you got in the shade, or you got a nice little breeze, it was okay. We ran into a ton of people. That was always fun. I mean, people recognize. I made a post about it on Facebook. People recognize me as Omaha Fattie, which is it's funny and cool at the same time. Yeah, it's definitely cool. I'm glad that the people came up and said hello. It was nice to meet some of the people who support Omaha Fattie and Small Guy Promotions. Um, People love Omaha Fattie. It's food. How can you not love food? But yeah, there was a lot going on at the event. Um, you know, I'm I'm back and forth on. I didn't love Papillion Days, but it was definitely a good event to go to. They had a good amount of rides. My personal gripes would be about, I know some people don't, you go out and you spend money and you're like, dude, we spent a lot of money. And I was in the mindset that I was going to spend money, so it wasn't a big deal. Uh, but nobody likes feeling like they were taken advantage of. So that's what I have the issue with. Um, so some of those games, it was like 5 tickets for a game or something like that, or 10 tickets. I don't know. But basically, I know my daughter played one game and it ended up being like $5 for one throw. Like, come on, bro. And it was the game where you have the little milk jugs. There's three, and one's on top, and then there's the two staggered on the bottom, and you have to knock them down. And I believe the guy said that you not only had to knock them down, but had to knock them off the platform that they were on. Which, come on, bro, you already know that those games are kind of sketch and a little rigged. You're not supposed to win. So if we're not supposed to win, why am I spending $5 for one toss? Like, yeah, that's what it was. It was 10 tickets. Yeah, there was 50 cents a ticket, I believe. So, and it was 10 tickets to throw one ball. So that's what I have issue with, is like, hey man, if you're putting on an event, it's supposed to be a family event. Like, don't take advantage of the people coming out to spend money, man. Like that is just that's not cool. Like I don't know what's up with that. Like if I'm sure the carnies make their own prices or whatever, but that's just kind of shady in my book. That's shisty, like to charge a small kid, $5 for one toss. My daughter's 10 years old. Um, and again, we knew we were going to spend money, but you still want to get your bang for your buck when you're going out and spending money. So that was a gripe and issue that I had with Papillion Days, the carnival side. Um, the wristbands, I think $25. I think that was a pretty decent deal if you got there, which some people might say that it wasn't because again, there were lines for some of the rides, depending on what day you went. So you may not have experienced a lot of rides. So I could see how that would be an issue as well. We didn't get on any rides. My daughters did. My oldest had a wristband, and my youngest, I got my youngest a wristband too. So they each had a wristband. My oldest didn't complain about not getting on enough rides. Uh, my youngest got on a handful of rides, and I think she had a good time overall, with the exception of spending $5 on that one game. Um, there was another game that was cool though, that made up for it. It was way less than $5 to play, and it was one of the ones where you throw the little ping pong balls, and it's got to land in the dish. It was cool because it was less money to play or less tickets, but it also came with the prize of if you got the white or if you got the balls in the white cups or the clear cups, you got three extra balls for each ball that you landed. So my daughter ended up getting four balls in the white jars um, on her first attempt. So she got 12 more balls, and we had bought a bucket for like I don't know the $5 or whatever it was, $10. I don't know, but so it was cool that she ran out of balls, but she got 12 more, and then she out of the 12 more that she threw, she made three more into the cups, so she got nine more, and then she ended up getting like a small prize at the end, I think. So that was cool. Of the games that she played, I would say that that was one of the better experiences. And again, it was a little line there. It took time for the people working the game, and no fault of theirs. There were a lot of people there, so it took them time to get around to every person that was waiting to play. So we didn't have a problem with that. We understood. We try to be pretty patient with stuff like that. Um, so that was cool. And again, the variety of rides seemed to be okay. I got on a slide with my youngest. I'm too old for that stuff, man. I was like, I got up to first, the stairwell was, I'm not like the most thin of guys. Like I'm a little wide. So the first thing was like going up the little stair well that was tight, and there was two sections. So the first section was tight, but the second section was even tighter, and I was like, oh bro, I don't feel good with this. And then we got up to the top, and I was like, oh Jesus, I'm too old for this, man. Let me set the stage. Like I recently saw a video of a dad on like one of those slides, and he caught air, and so that was in my mind, and I was a bit nervous about that. So that caused me to burn my fingers. And what I mean is, when we started going, like number one, I was trying to stay by my daughter, but I didn't want to go too fast either because I didn't want to catch air. So I don't know why. I didn't know I was going to be going that fast. So I at some point put my hand down on the slide a couple times. And the last time that I did it, oh man, you just heard this loud. And man, my fingers got burned so bad. I got blisters growing on my fingers. I had to put ice on my fingers. I was like, oh, dude, oh God. So I won't be doing that again. I only did it because my daughter didn't want to go by herself. But yeah, I'm too old for that, I think. I think that's what that made me realize. Outside of that, the rides are cool. I mean, I know we happened to meet our friends, the beaches there. They had their kids, and Steve and Danielle, and Danielle's cousin Angela, which we went to school with Angela, so I know Angela. So they hung out a little bit. So that was nice because Aria had, kids to hang out with. Only thing is they were a little younger. So some of the rides that she was getting on, she was probably a little too old for mentally. But she got on. It was cool for her to, just hang with some other people. Um, the other gripe that I have about Papillion Days is the quality, and not the small business owners. I'll talk about that separately, but um, I went to one of the Carney trucks or whatever because I saw someone walk by me with this plate of beautiful potatoes, spiral potatoes. They look so good. And I was like, "Ooh, I need to find that." So I planned to go and eat local, but I saw those and I was like, "I got to get it." So I went. I found the little stand or whatever it is. I don't know, and it was like $10 for this plate. And I did a live Facebook live, showed the plate and whatnot, and it looked good. But these potatoes, you can get everything on it. So I got a chili cheese sauce. I don't eat beans, so I had to make sure there were no beans in it, and there were not. So that was cool. But $10 for that, and then I saw that they had Kool-Aid, so I ordered a Kool-Aid, and it was like $5 or $6 for that. Yeah, I think I spent $16 for a drink and a plate of potatoes. So $10 for a plate of potatoes is it's a little high, but I will say that plate was full of potatoes, um, and I definitely wasn't really needing anything else after I ate that. But I should have just stuck with the local food because the cheese sauce, the chili cheese sauce, man, it just had that out of a can taste and left an aftertaste. So for me, it was not hitting where it needed to be. And I would not order that again. If I had anything to redo at Papillion Days, it would have been to just go and get food from a local small business, and I probably would have saved money too. Um, so yeah, I don't know. It just had this weird aftertaste, and some of them weren't salted well. Uh, and then I don't know. Maybe you just shouldn't expect much when you're getting carnival food. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, that was a disappointment for me because they looked so good, and it just looked way better than it actually tasted. Um, and then the Kool-Aid. Oh my gosh, man! I should have known. The Kool-Aid, bro. Whoever mixed that Kool-Aid, and they had the plastic containers. You could see them in the windows. Um, I don't know, man. It was super watered down. I know they were trying to stretch it out, man, but again, I don't like feeling like I'm being taken advantage of, and a lot of people don't like to have that happen. Um, like a lot of people don't mind spending money, but you want to get your bang for your buck. You don't want to feel like you're being taken advantage of. So that was the thing, man. It was not sweet at all. I would have just preferred to have water. Um, and that was a thing. My wife had ordered a from a different place. She had got a strawberry lemonade, and I'll tell you, this lemonade was so sour. Like there seemed to be no sugar in this. So I don't know who was mixing the drinks, but if you're gonna go to one of those, maybe you just want to stick with like a fountain drink or a Gatorade or something or a water. I don't know, but those drinks were not hitting. That food was not good. I would not do that again. Nope, nope, nope. So those are the negatives that I had. Everything else I think was pretty positive. There were fireworks at the end of the event. We stayed there for a few hours that first night, and what else did we get? I think I was pretty full, so we didn't get any other food that night. So that caused me to go back. Well, I went back on Saturday. Uh, we went to the parade, which was cool, and the parade is free. So, I mean, of course, that's fun and entertaining for a bit. You get to see all the different businesses and organizations walk down in downtown Papillion on 84th Street. The classic cars were probably my daughter's favorite. She's always into like older cars. But yeah, we knocked a couple hours out of that. We went to the tea shop, and then I was going back to Papillion Days, and I was going to get food, but chef around the block, Dan, was over at Let's Eat, the pop up, and he had some good food over there. So he had these chicken and waffles in this cone with mashed potatoes. Oh, check out Chef Around the Block too. Hopefully we can get him on the podcast here soon. But that food was so good, so I didn't need anything when I went over um, to to the the event, to the carnival. We had a sleepover. One of my daughter's friends had slept over, so she was at the parade with us, and she had met up with some of her family at the parade, and they had gone over to the carnival. So we were meeting up with them. We had to stop at the tea shop first, Papillion Tea Shop, Diana's Papillion Tea Shop, and then after we did that, we stopped by Let's Eat. It was an unplanned stop, so that's why I didn't get anything to eat. But we went and met with the friend over at the carnival. We stayed there for a bit, and then we didn't do anything. We left, and then Saturday night, I went back with my wife. So my daughters didn't want to go. They were tuckered out from being, out. My youngest daughter and my wife went to Papillion Bay. That's why I have this souvenir cup. There we go. But they were at Papillion Bay swimming for like 5 hours. So my daughters were tuckered out and didn't want to go back Saturday night. So my wife and I went. We didn't go to get on any rides or anything. We just went to go get food because I was like, man, there's so many food options down there. I feel like we have to go back. So we went back, and I had the pleasure of meeting the Papillion Taco Guy, who I've heard about many times. We picked up some tacos from him. I got the smoked brisket. I think someone got chicken, and I think my wife got chicken, and then my daughter got the pork, maybe. I don't know. So we got those. Man, the brisket tacos, heaven. Everything that you guys have told me about the Papillion Taco Guy have been true, accurate statements. Shout out to the Papillion Taco Guy. I got to talk to him for a few minutes in between his other customers, and real cool dude. And you can find him usually down there at the park on 84th and Lincoln. Well, I think he's on the Washington side, or yeah, Washington side. You can see him out there. You probably can't miss him during the week. Lunch, he's usually out there. I'm not sure of the hours, but that was, man, I got those tacos home and they were super legit. And he's got this hot sauce that's a little different, which I don't know. It's like an African hot sauce, he said. So it's not like your cayenne pepper. And it was good. I didn't get any of the heat at first, but on my last taco, I think that's when I started to get some of the heat. So I don't know if it was just at the bottom or what, but the tacos were good. You got the sweet from the veggies that were on there. I definitely want to eat at the Papillion Taco Guy taco cart, taco stand. Again, that is definitely going to happen. So that was a good thing for me. We did get some of the Monarch wings, which people were telling me after I went on Friday that I needed to try the Monarch wings, and I thought they were like chicken wings. I didn't. I was like, "What are Monarch wings?" And they were telling me they're like a kind of like a funnel cake, but not the same. So when I went back, we got those from like the Boy Scout troop, or it might have been the Boy Scouts. I'm not sure. Uh, so we got two. You could get them powdered sugar, you could get cinnamon, or you could get a mix. So I got a mix and a powdered sugar, I believe. And I wasn't sure what to expect when I got these. They smelled good, looked good. Um, got them home, ate them after the tacos, and they were okay. I didn't love them. A lot of people from Papillion are like, "Hey, tradition. These are, you got to get these," and they definitely love them. And I think a lot of that may be just like the tradition of it all, and just when you look back and reminisce about things that were good in your childhood, and you're like, dude, these were just always a staple. Like, you have to have one of these. You get a person like me who has no history with an item, and you try it and you're like, oh, it's good, it's okay, or maybe you don't like it. We did like them. Definitely different than a funnel cake. They were thicker, more doughy, heavier. Um, but they were okay. Again, I didn't love them, but they were okay. And it was only $5 to try. One of those. We got two, $10. I don't mind spending $10 to try those. I'd eat them again, but again, I didn't love them, but they were pretty good. So shout out to the Monarch wings and whatnot. We were gonna try to go back to get funnel cake, but it didn't happen. They had some rain that shut down some of the stuff, so we didn't get to get as much of the stuff as we wanted. Then what else? We went back on Sunday because it was Father's Day. So they had all you could eat breakfast. Fathers got to eat free, and there were pancakes and sausage. Um, it was, I think, $3 for kids and $6 for adults. So we spent $15. My wife and my two daughters, six and three, $15 for all of us to go and eat breakfast. It was good. That's another thing. You can't have too high of expectations for an all-you-can-eat breakfast that only costs you $15. I mean, it was sausage and pancakes. It was decent. It's not like going to like a little local restaurant and getting like the super good pancakes, but they served their purpose. They filled me up. I was good. I think I had 3 pancakes, and I don't think I got any more sausage. I think I had two or three sausage. So that was enough for me. I probably could have put away more, but I knew food was going to be on the agenda. So that's all we had, and that was cool. We were going to go and do what were we going to? We're going to do the farmers market afterwards, but it was too hot. The exorbitant one on Sunday, but over those, I didn't go to all 4 days of Papillion Days. I went to 3 days, and I got to experience burning my finger. Now, aside from burning my fingers and that one game and the carny food, everything else was cool. Again, you got to see the fireworks. We went over to Sinott's after we got done on Friday night because DJ was over there. Oh man, hold on, let me. I'm gonna say it's DJ K Dub, I believe is his stage name. Yeah, over there at Sinott's on Friday nights. But he invited us out to come and check out the fireworks over there. So we went and just chilled out a little bit. It had a good view of some of the fireworks, so that was cool. And my daughters went back over before the fireworks started because we left on Friday night at about 8:30, I think, just to make sure that we got a seat for the fireworks. And my oldest went back over. Oh, that is the thing that I missed. So my wife ate at Sinott's. She had a burger and fries, my wife and youngest daughter, and said the burger was really good. So if you're in the area and you're going to Sinott's, maybe check out some of the food over there. I didn't eat any because I was still full at the time. But then by the time my oldest came back, her and her friend came back over to the bar, I said, "Hey, bring me some food." This was it after the fireworks? Yeah, after the fireworks. Yeah, they went back over. But when we were getting ready to leave, I said, "Bring me some food," and she brought me some kebabs, and it was from an Asian restaurant. I'm not sure which one. She said they didn't have a banner up or anything because everybody was like shutting down. But it was some kebabs and then some pancit. So they were okay. I don't want to judge that food because it was the end of the event. Like, they were literally shutting down, and it probably wasn't the freshest. It was good. But yeah, I'm glad I didn't know the place that it was from, because I wouldn't want to like rate them on that food. I would want to go earlier in the event and experience it freshly made. But yeah, overall, Papillion Days was really good. I mean, I enjoyed it. I know there were a lot of people that also enjoyed it. As with anything, though, you're going to have some people who probably didn't enjoy it as much. And like I said, some people were complaining about the lines and not getting, like, spending the $25 and not getting on as many rides as they wanted to, which I would definitely have a problem with that if that happened to us. That didn't happen to us. My daughters got on rides, so that was cool. Yeah, really, man, the only gripe was just them maybe not having enough ticket booths, and then the food and the drinks and that one game. So yeah, if you made it to Papillion Days, let me know what you guys think. If you love the Monarch wings, let me know. If you've got anything that I should make sure to try next year, let me know. But yeah, tell me what you think about Papillion Days and the experience that you had. I'm interested. Love talking about local stuff, and I think overall it was a positive, man. So shout out to Papillion and everyone who put that event together, and thank you to all the people who worked all those hours, all those like vendors and carnies. Like, I know you guys were hot. There were some of the carnies that were like so dark. They were darker than me, and they were like white guys, and they were like dark, like, they just had that thick, dark looking skin because they were out in the sun for so long. So shout out to all those guys. They probably don't get enough credit for, putting in the hours that they probably put in and all the work and being out in the sun for so long. They got that leather skin. But man, just I hope you guys, if you went out, I hope you enjoyed it. You know, life is short, so we got to get out and enjoy it as much as we can. So that's what it's about, y'all. And if you're listening and watching, as I always ask, please like, share, and subscribe. Help me, Small Guy Promotions, Omaha Fattie, grow the podcast and reach more people. If you're ever wondering how you can help me, doing those things help greatly, because ultimately I'm just trying to reach a broader audience. So thank you guys so much for sticking with me and supporting. It's been awesome. The summer has been great so far. It's been a little hot, but other than that, it's been great. But thank you guys so much. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. And as we end every episode, smile, help someone else smile, laugh, and help someone else laugh all day, every day. Peace out, y'all. Yeah.